Yes, he said he'd be right there.
There he is.
Hello, hello.
Well worth
Hi.
waiting for.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, call me sooner next time. That was my bad. I just lost track of time here.
Oh.
And
Well, I almost went to Pleasanton because I have something to do, and I looked at my watch and I thought, oh, I can't go to Pleasanton. I won't be back in time.
that's
So
right.
I turned around and came back.
I have to look at my phone several times, or I won't be able to tell. I don't have a sense of time. So if I'm late, that's because I didn't look at my phone enough. Okay, but we are here. God, it's a small group today. Where is everybody? I think it's the weather. They're outside.
Oh, they're recovering from the eclipse.
Oh,
That's it.
we saw it yesterday at the bridge
I
thing.
know that's what Dave said. Well, I went in and had my eyes dilated at 10 o'clock. So my vision was little to none.
No, I guess you wouldn't be doing that.
My son flew to Amarillo and then he drove to Arkansas
Oh, wow.
and to a campground and camped out there, and they had great conditions for
Oh my God.
Good.
the whole
How
thing.
was Dallas? I never heard, except I saw Kim and Charlene looking up at the sky with their mouth open, but
Some places in Texas I know were wound up being fine. They were worried about the clouds, but apparently the clouds parted. So, all
Okay.
right. So we're gonna have this first part here is kind of a little bit of a tricky thing here.
Bridge is tricky. Everything about bridge is tricky.
It can be. So let me see if I can make this a little bigger. All right. So we've got two hands here that look pretty similar. First question, can you tell the difference between these two hands?
yeah, there's no, I mean, all the points are in the first one. Let's see. Oh,
No,
no,
between the left hand, the one on the left and then the one on the right.
Yeah, the board 1A has got a lot of points on north, and board B has a lot of points on south.
That's true.
But then I
Let's
see.
see,
So
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. Whoa, this is a big hand.
Well, but don't worry so much about the total point count. How about the individual cards? What's similar and what's different?
Are we comparing left to right?
Yes, that's
Oh,
correct.
board A and board B. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh,
Ace king.
The difference is in the heart suit. South has the same heart suit on 1B as North has on 1A.
That's
So
right.
they've just switched the heart suits between the two hands.
Well,
but they're all
not really, because look at the spades.
The spades are the same.
They're all even distribution. They're all no trumpy hands. 3, 4.
Yeah, but even more. Look at the board 1A. North has the 9, 4, and 2 of spades.
And
board 1B. North has the 9, 4, 2 of spades.
Right.
You see, they have the same spades and they have the same diamonds in each hand, and the same clubs.
It's his hearts that are different.
Right, but the hearts are just swapped between the two hands.
Yeah.
Right. So the declarer has the same assets in both of these hands. He has the same cards, but the hearts are flip-flop between where they are between the two hands. But the total combined points is the same between the two hands, and the specific cards that are held, the offense's cards are the same cards. It's just the heart suit is flip-flopped.
But the dealer flip-flops. So then, because
So the dealer is not flip-flop. The dealer,
I mean, yeah, the same dealer. I mean, they're both north. The problem with board 1B, he can't open.
we're not worried about that.
Oh.
We're sitting south anyhow on this, okay? We're gonna consider we're the south end, and the contract is 3 no trump in both cases. Okay.
Okay, what have we missed something?
What's that?
What have we missed?
The auction. I'm telling you, I'm not. We're not doing the auction here. I'm telling you what the contract is.
3 no trump.
3 no trump.
It looks like it.
So if we look at board 1A and we do our declares plan, what's the first thing we do with our plan in a no Trump contract?
We count winners.
So how many winners do we have?
Just in what, both hands?
Yeah, we get to use the high cards for both hands when we count winners.
And we have 10, I think.
We don't have 10.
Seven.
Don't, okay, wait. We have
I have
one,
7.
Mhm.
With well, plus more with missing the heart ace, but then you should get the jack 10, so.
So, but when we
Okay.
count winners, in no
Oh.
Trump, all we count is top tricks we can take without giving up the lead.
Oh, 7.
There's
You're
not
right.
7.
wait, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not right?
How many spades?
1,
How many hearts?
1,
How many
1,
diamonds?
3,
2, 3,
How many clubs?
3.
3.
So that's 8. 1, 1, 3, 3, that's 8.
Oh my God, I can't count. That is 8. So I
Okay.
need one more.
We need one more, and what suit is that gonna come from?
Hearts.
Right, because we can't get another trick in any of the other suits, so it has to come from hearts. And so how are we gonna try and make an extra heart trick?
You're gonna finesse from the south hand to the
Right.
north hand.
That's right, we play a low heart to the queen or something like that, and if the king is in the west, fine. But if the king is in the east, it's even not terrible, because even though the finesse loses, now the jack and 10 are promoted, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Now
the
let's look
problem,
at,
oh, the only problem is you gotta be careful you keep the spade stopper.
that's right, so we'll get back to that, but that's a key point. So if we look at board 1B, and we are in 3 no Trump, and we do our declares plan, how many top tricks do we have in board 1B?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's the same ones because it's the same cards. When we count the sure tricks, it doesn't matter whether the cards are in the dummy or declares hand. It's just, do we have the combined
Yeah.
strength? And so where's our extra trick going to come from in board 1B?
But
Heart.
Right,
hearts.
and we're going to do the same thing. But now we're going to be leading from the north hand and putting in South's queen. And we hope that East has the king of hearts. All right.
Right.
The same general plan. But then the question is, what about the spades? And so the opening lead here is, in both cases, is the 3 of spades. Put in dummies 9, and then East plays the king. So on hand 1A, should we win the first spade or not?
No,
I'd say no.
Okay.
because they could run spades then. Let's see, there's 7 out. I mean, if one of them has 5, it would set us. Well, no, we
Okay.
have the ace. I know if they have 5, yes, I know that.
So they have 7 spades between them, and there's a good chance. Oh, you know what? I think I
Because we
did
lose
this
the king of
somewhere.
hearts too.
I have to actually fix this. But the concern is that what if they're 5
5, 2.
yeah, and so this is where we'll often just hold up 2 rounds, right? And then win the 3rd round.
Yeah.
And then then when we try our heart finesse, if it loses to East, we're gonna hope that they're out of spades by that point,
Yeah,
right? So that's a
Is
hold
it-
up play.
there's nothing you can do about though, is there? If it's,
Well, by holding up is doing something about it. If you hold up,
Yeah. but
and then you
that-
do your heart finesse, and then it loses to East, there's no way for East to get back to the west hand for them to finish taking their spades.
well, yeah, but in the real world, they could have 5, 2. Right?
Or it could
In the
be.
real world, but in the real world, who has the 5 and who has the 2? Is it East
Yeah.
or West that has the
4,
5?
2, yeah, 4, 2,
Let's 4-2 even, but let's imagine it even 5-2.
okay. How do we know who he is? Oh, well, I would guess West let him.
Right, so we expect that West would have the 5 and East would have the 2, right?
Yeah, so we want East to win.
we want East to win, because if we hold up on spades, and then if the finesse loses to East, they can't harm us because they're out of spades by then. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And so that's, which hand do we consider the danger hand here? Which hand are we trying to keep off the lead?
West.
West is the danger hand, and we don't want West to get the lead, because if they do, then they might be able to set us. Now, let's look at board 1B. Is it any different here?
Okay, so 1B.
Are we going to do the same thing, hold up twice, and then try the heart finesse?
I would, yes.
No,
West still led a spade, right?
Yeah, they led the 3, and East played the king.
So it's probably fourth down, so they've got 4 at least. I would guess they must have 4, which means East has 3.
Right, and I think I should have started the opening lead being the 5 here to make this a better problem. Imagine they led the 5 of spades, where maybe they had a 5-card suit. But we're still worried that West will be able to run the spades. And will the hold-up play help us here? Will it help us hold up 2 rounds and then do the finesse?
Well, yeah, because East, if they take the first spade. Oh wait, they can lead 1 back.
Yeah, and we could duck that one too, and we could win the 3rd spade.
And the 3rd one we can take, and they're out. Wait, they're
East is out. East is out by the way.
Right, so then East is out, and then we can do the finesse.
But does that help us? Because if the finesse loses, who's going to win it?
Right.
You see the problem there?
Yeah,
So a hold-up play doesn't work if you're going to do a finesse that if it loses into the danger hand.
Well, I mean, the other option is the 8-man, it's like the Jack of Spades, so that's
The other option is what?
the Jack of Spades. If we could. So West leads, and we put, a 2 down, and then East puts. Well, they're gonna either put the queen or the king down.
Right.
Okay, so hopefully they have 1. There's a chance. The chances are they have 1 of those. Then the next time we can put a jack down, and hopefully get an extra trick that way.
That's not going to work because they'll just win our jack with their king.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, back to the hearts.
So what are you thinking, Linnea? What's your strategy here?
well, if you take the ace immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and then you take the heart finesse, West cannot lead the spades without giving you another spade trick.
That's correct.
Why is that?
Because if he leads a low spade, your jack wins. If he leads the queen, then your jack wins on the next round.
But where's the king?
The king was
the
played by East on trick 1.
Oh. Well, what if West has the king?
No, we're saying this is the opening lead. You see it's written here, opening lead, 3 of
Uh-huh.
spades. We put in the 9, East puts in the king.
Okay.
And so the question is, should we win the ace or at trick 1 or not?
So if we take it with
yeah,
the
yeah,
That's right.
because the queen's out, so you just need to get the queen out.
No,
And
it's
then-
not a matter of getting the queen out. What happens if we play the ace at trick 1 here? We're left with the jack 7.
Right,
And the ace and king have been played. So is the jack 7 considered a stopper in spades?
could be. Depends
How
on
can it be? It depends. What does it depend on?
where the queen is.
No, it does not depend on where the queen is. We're going to assume the queen is in the west because they led low from their long suit.
Mhm.
All right. But the point is that if East gets the lead, they can lead through our jack.
Yeah,
And our jack is not a stopper.
mhm.
But if West gets the lead, if West leads a spade, our jack is a stopper
Yeah,
because we get to play last. And so if they lead a low spade, our jack is going to win. If they start with their queen and then a low spade, now our jack is the master spade.
How are we gonna get West to lead?
Because we're going to do the heart finesse. And if the heart finesse works, it doesn't matter. But if the heart finesse loses, it loses to West.
Mhm.
We're not trying to make the jack into a winner. We're trying to keep the jack as a stopper.
Okay, so we play.
We're
the
going to get our
ace-
winners through the heart suit.
Play the ace of spades, and then we do the finesse,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna lead. Yeah, so if East has it, if West has it, they're gonna lead another spade,
They can, but then our jack of spades is a stopper.
right? So if they don't, if they,
And so they may decide to switch to a club, hoping their partner maybe has the ace of clubs and can lead a spade back through. But we have all the winners in the other suits, so there's no way for them to get into the East's hand to send a spade through us. So this jack seven, once the ace and king have been played, we call this a positional stopper.
mhm.
This is a stopper if West is on lead, but it's not a stopper if East is on lead.
What did you call that? What kind of stopper?
Positional.
Positional, okay.
We sometimes call it a half stopper. Well, that's not right. It's a positional stopper.
Oh, boy, look at these two hands.
Okay. Well, what
Absolutely.
about them?
Well, I mean, I'd have to really understand this clearly to know.
It's really hard to picture all that in your brain.
So let me give you another example. Imagine we're playing 3-note trump, and North has those three little spades there, and South has the king and three little spades. In fact, I'll do this for you. I'm gonna give me just a second here.
Well, you assume you'll see your hand on dummy. You will see that.
All right, so let me show you this arrangement of the cards here. Okay, this is our stuff, and this is their stuff. So can you see these? Can you see this as 4 hands here?
Yeah, that the pink is hearts.
No, the pink is the opponents. I'm not saying what suit this
Oh,
is. This is just one
okay.
suit around
Okay.
the table.
Okay,
And we're sitting in the south here. And we're declaring 3-note trump. And we've got 3 good solid suits between our hands, but we have this other suit here. Let's say this is spades. Okay.
and so Wesley's,
No, I'm not saying about anybody leading. I'm going to ask you the question, do we have a spade stopper?
Yeah, one.
secondary stopper.
Which is our stopper?
The king doubleton, has to be doubleton.
Well, we've got the king third here. This is
Well,
our,
yeah, but that's gonna go bye-bye.
well, is this a stopper or not?
No, the king is the stopper with another card.
So if we had had the queen up here, then we'd have a stopper, right?
Yeah.
Because we would be able to promote, you know,
Mhm.
we could play the king and they'd have to take their ace and then our queen would be good.
Yes.
All right, but let's look at this. Do we have a stopper in spades now?
Yes, you do, as long as East doesn't get on lead.
That's right. So I'll put the tags in here. This is west on this side. This is east on this side. So this is a positional stopper. If east gets on lead and leads a spade, we're sunk,
Yeah,
right? But
right.
what's that?
Yes, you're right.
So if we don't want, if east leads a spade, we're in trouble now. But if west leads a spade, we do have a spade stopper.
But how would you?
You
Or
see
then-
that?
Yeah, right, because whatever they lead, even if they lead the ace.
If they lead the ace, we're going to play low,
Yeah.
and then our king is a stopper. If they start low, our
We
king
can-
is a stopper.
Right. Yeah, but so.
And then you could run your other cards and you'll be done.
Right, that's the idea. Then we could take our other stuff. So, but the general question is King XX all by itself a stopper? And we say it is a positional stopper. It's a stopper if our left-hand opponent is on lead, but it's not a stopper if our right-hand opponent is on lead.
Yep,
So when we think about this hand in general, who would we consider the danger hand here?
west.
No, because West can't attack the suit.
I'm sorry, east. Yeah,
East is the danger hand, even though they don't have the length in the suit. They're the hand that if they get the lead, we're going to be in trouble.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to make this even more clear. So the idea is that in this situation, we know they have the length, but we know if they're on lead, we're okay because they can't attack our suit without giving us a trick in.
Mhm.
But if they get the lead, even though they're short in the suit, we're in trouble because they can finesse us and the West will wind up taking all the tricks. So if we have our choice of plays, we want to do something that's going to keep East from getting the lead on this hand. Because we know East is the danger hand. We know if East gets the lead, we're going to go down.
now how do we assume that because west is gonna lead the 10?
Not because they're going to lead the 10. Maybe they open one spade. And we wound up getting the contract anyhow.
Okay,
So we know they have 5 spades. And maybe they chose not to lead a spade because they thought it might be this situation. Maybe they led something else hoping to get their partner in to lead a spade through. Because if they had opened a spade and we wound up bidding no trump, we're showing we have a spade stopper. So they'll know we have the king of spades. So they would probably not lead a spade. So that's just the general idea though. This is a King XX is a positional stopper.
so, they could still take 4 spade tricks.
They could take 5 spade tricks.
Yeah, they could take 5 if east leads, yeah.
If they lead the 9 and we play low and they play low, and then when they play their second one and we play low and they play the queen and then they play their ace, our king drops, they're going to take 5 spade tricks on us.
Of course, he only has 2 on the right, so he leads through twice.
But he leads the 9 and it holds. And then he leads this little one and we play low and they play the 10.
Yeah, so
Now we only have the stiff king left.
it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Well, he can't lead it. Oh, no, that's not true. No. No, wait, because when he leads the 9 and the 10 or the jack, whatever takes that.
They're just not going to play the 10 or the jack because they know that they don't need to. They can see dummy doesn't have anything bigger than the 9. When they play their 9, they're going to play their low card here, their X here, right?
Yeah, unless they do X first and then 9.
Well, they're not going to do that though.
Yeah.
They're going to do high from their double 10. And so you don't want to count on the opponent screwing up to get you out of a bind. If the opponents play correctly, if they defend correctly, you're going to go down if East gets on the lead. And so as a declarer, you're going to do a declarer strategy to try and keep East from getting the lead. If you have a two-way finesse, you're going to finesse so that if it loses into the safe hand, which is the West hand. And so you have to kind of be cognizant when you're thinking about the hand is who's the one you're trying to keep from getting the lead. And here we're trying to keep East from getting the lead. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because they lead through you. If they lead through you, you're gone. but if
That's
the other
right. But if
guy-
they lead up to you, you have a stopper. And those
Yeah.
are bridge phrases we'll use for that. So now let's look at another example. Let's say we have over here ace jack little, and over here king little, and over here queen 10 little. Okay. Now is our ace of spades a stopper?
Yes,
It is. And so if they lead their X here, and they put up the king here, and we take our ace, what's going to be left after that? Let me copy this again. After trick 1, it's going to look like this.
be better not to take. Be better to let the king go, and then
Well,
they put, because then she's.
Hang on just a second. Okay, so after trick 1, they've got the queen 10 sitting over our jack little here, right? But is the jack little a stopper at this point?
No,
No. Yes.
no. Because they're gonna lead through that.
It's a.
Well, what if West is on lead? What if West leads the spade?
Then
Yes.
it could be, depends on, yeah, it could be,
It would be. If West is
Yeah.
on lead, it is a stopper.
yeah.
If East is on lead, it's not a stopper. So what do we call that kind of stopper?
Positional.
So the Jack X here is a positional stopper. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that if we choose to win trick 1 with the ace, we have a positional stopper. And who's the danger hand and who's the safe hand right now?
Danger hand is east.
That's right. Because if East gets the lead, we're in trouble. And who's the safe hand?
West.
West. Okay, so now, and Nancy, do you see that? Do you see how
Yeah. Yes.
we're safe right now from West being on lead?
Yes,
If they keep, our jack will hold up to a lead from the West.
I do.
Okay. So let's look back at this hand here, this board 1B. So here we know that we're going to try and do a heart finesse eventually to make our extra tricks for no trump. And if the heart finesse loses, who's going to win it?
West.
Right. And so that tells us that we should, what we know is if we just hold up 2 rounds and win the ace of spades on the 3rd round, and then the heart finesse loses, it's going to lose to West, but then West is the danger hand because we don't have any stoppers left and they can cash their remaining spades.
Mhm.
But if we win the ace of spades at trick 1, capturing the king, East's king, now we can try the heart finesse and it loses into the safe hand. Because our jack 7 here is a stopper against West being on lead.
True.
So does that
In a perfect world.
not a perfect world? It is a stopper. If it's pretty 100% this way. You're guaranteed to make your contract if you play this way.
As long as West has the cards that you indicated.
No, but if West does not have the king of hearts, our finesse wins.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Then you have your extra, no,
We
you
have
can't.
our tricks. We don't. They never get to lead spades again. Right. So if the heart
Yeah.
finesse works, then we have no problems. But if the heart finesse loses, it is guaranteed to lose to West, and West cannot attack spades.
Yeah,
No
okay.
matter who has the queen of spades, it doesn't matter. West can't dislodge our jack of spades stopper. And we have all the other aces and kings and queens and the other suits, so there's no way to get to the East hand.
So you gotta do that hard finesse right away.
Yes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna win the ace of spades at trick one, cross to the, say the queen of clubs, and lead a heart. If it wins, we're gonna cross to the ace of diamonds and repeat the finesse. But if it loses, there's nothing they can do. The best they can do is cash their queen of spades so they don't lose it. But then our jack of spades is a winner and we can claim all the rest of the tricks. So we have two hands here. The idea is there's two hands that are nearly identical. The only difference between them is the heart suit that we're going to do a finesse in, and if it loses, which hand gains the lead? Okay, and in board 1A, if the heart finesse loses, it loses to East, who we think is short in spades. So doing the hold-up play is the right way to go there. We hold up a couple rounds and win the third round with the ace. Finesse in hearts, and East, if the finesse loses, East is on lead, but they don't have any spades left. So we're safe. On board B, we know that we're going to have to do the heart finesse, and if it loses, it's going to lose to West. So we want to make West be the safe hand. And we can do that by winning the first trick with the ace of spades, knowing that our jack 7 is a stopper if West is on lead. So it's a funny kind of a thing. It's the same contract, the same cards, but we play very differently at trick 1, depending on which way the hearts are arranged and who will win the finesse if it loses. So it's very natural for us to play like we would on board 1A, where we do a hold up play twice. But it is the wrong way to play on board 1B. On board 1B, we have to win the first trick with the ace and use our jack 7 as a positional stopper and keep East from getting the lead. And we can do that by finessing in hearts. East won't be able to get on lead if we finesse in hearts. So is that a tricky two hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my claim. All right, now good news, I have two more. These
Hey,
ones
Johnson?
maybe not as tricky.
Oh,
All right. So oh, here I'm showing you the East and West also. So here, let's look at the North and South hands.
They're identical.
All right, and so how about the East and West hands?
They're reversed in some manner. A little
They're
bit.
not reversed.
A little bit. They've got, West has a long spade suit.
West has long space.
1, 2, 3, yeah, they do, but they have, East board 2A has got the ace. And board, I mean, 2A and wait a minute, 2A and 2A, both say 2A. So which are they?
Oh, you're right. Board 2B is the one on the right. That's a mistake.
Okay, so board 2B doesn't have the ace of spades.
Right, the defense has the ace of spades, but the ace of spades is in the East instead of the West.
Right.
That's the only difference, is which
Mhm.
one has the ace of spades.
otherwise it's the same.
Right.
So
And
this,
so again, we're
Take
playing.
the interior.
Again, we're playing 3-no trump. And so with board 2A, what would be the normal lead by West?
The jack.
Yeah, when we have ace jack 10, we lead the jack. And on board 2B, what would be the normal lead?
The 7.
No,
yeah,
the jack.
Or,
It's still a sequence of 3 honors, so we'll lead the jack
oh,
also.
I would have led the 7, but okay. Fourth by my longest and strongest.
It is, but because you have a sequence of honors, you lead your top honor.
Okay. Unless it's ace king, then you lead king first and then ace. I don't understand that.
I wouldn't worry about that. You can do that, but I would
All right.
not get concerned about that. So the point is, when the jack of spades is led, we don't know which defender has the ace. As declare, we can see we've got the king and the queen. They led the jack, they must have the 10, but we don't know who has the ace because it's the same lead if West has the ace or East has the ace. So let's say in either case, we're gonna play the queen from dummy. All right,
Mhm.
and let's say in board 2A, the queen's gonna win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now what are we left with for a spade stopper?
The king.
Yeah, we have the king 8. And is the king 8 a stopper?
Well, one time. No,
It's not a one-time stopper.
it's a positional stopper, but it's not because the ace is behind it, so.
It doesn't matter if the ace is behind it, because if West gets the lead, West cannot attack spades
Oh, as long as you
without it
have,
being a stopper.
yeah,
And
right.
that's the whole idea of a positional stopper. It is a stopper against one defender, and it's not a stopper against the other.
Mhm.
So here, if East gets the lead, we're going to go down because they'll lead a club or lead a spade through us, and we don't have a stopper. But if West gets the lead, it is a stopper. There's nothing West can do to run the spades if West has to lead spades. And so the king of spades is a positional stopper. So now let's count our tricks. And we get to count one spade because our queen won the first trick. But how many other top tricks do we have?
4.
5.
5. We have 3 hearts, a diamond, and a club. That's 5. Plus the queen of spades, that's 6. So we need 3 more tricks, right? What suit is our best shot at getting 3 more tricks?
Clubs.
And what's our second best shot at getting 3 more tricks besides clubs?
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
So which suit should we try to attack?
I guess I'd go for the clubs.
So if you go for
They're
the
not
clubs and the club finesse loses, which hand gets the lead?
Oh, that's right, the danger hand.
The danger hand. And you can see the club finesse here does lose. And when they switch to a spade, they take 4 more spade
Mhm.
tricks and a club, and we're down 1. So what would happen if we tried diamonds instead?
Then the king will win, and then we'll have good diamond.
Right, and are they going to run their spades on us when they get in with the king of diamonds?
No,
And why is that?
because we have a positional stopper. in
That's
king.
right. And we are, and West is the safe hand because West cannot attack our positional stopper. East can, but West can't.
That's my brain.
Yeah.
I can't see all that. I mean, it's fine when you got everything in front of you like this, but.
So that's why we're doing it all in front of you like this,
Mhm.
so you can get the concept, so that if it does come up at the table, you may not notice it right away, but you might look at some hands after you played a session and say, how come they all made 3 no trump when I went down 1? And look back and say, oh, maybe it's because of they took the diamond finesse. Well, why did they do that? And so you want to think about these positional stoppers and really think about, okay, it's positional. My left-hand opponent is my safe hand in this case. So if I'm going to finesse, I want the finesse to lose into that hand. Even though the club suit is a better suit, if the club finesse loses, it loses into the danger hand.
Mhm.
Now, I can't be positive the ace is in West, can I?
You can't be positive, but it doesn't matter who has the ace. West is the safe hand no matter who has the ace.
Well, if East has it, then I lose my king.
No, you don't. Because how are you going to lose your king? If
They
East has
played,
the ace?
they played spades twice. Let's see, what, West, okay, West.
So
Okay, West leads the jack, okay.
West leaves the jack and the queen. They let the queen win for whatever reason when they had the ace. So now if the ace is over here in the east, Sorry, why are we not doing anything? Well, anyhow, if it's in the east and we still have the king little.
Oh.
Whoever, if either one of them leads a spade and they play the ace, then we'd play the 8.
No, I understand, but if if West. Wait a minute. Okay, so East has the ace and 4 spades, okay. West leads the top of the sequence, so leads a jack. East plays low.
Then
And
our queen won the trick.
we don't have a queen. Oh, yeah, we do.
We
I'm
played
sorry.
the queen at trick 1. That's the whole
Oh,
idea.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, that's right, we have a queen, okay.
So if they let our queen win, that doesn't matter. We still have king little. And if West has to lead a spade, our king is going to be a winner at some point,
Yeah.
no matter who has the ace.
Okay, that's right. I forgot about the queen.
Right. But that's the way the positional stopper works. It means that if one opponent leads it, it is a stopper, no matter who has the higher card. And if the other opponent leads it, we're at risk. Okay. So the point here is that afterward, our queen of spades wins at trick 1. What should we lead at trick 2?
Well, on board 2A,
Yes.
2B, I'm sorry, B.
2A on the left, the
Diamond,
left hand.
it's a diamond, the diamond.
Which diamond?
I'd lead, let's see, where is it?
I lead the 7.
7, I guess.
Well, you don't want to lead the 7 because the 10 is connected to the jack and the queen. And you want to be able to repeat the finesse if it works, right?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you could go then back to the set 10. Yes.
But you can't go back to the 10 if the king is still out,
Oh, okay.
right?
So you take, okay, so you finesse with the 10. Yes.
Lead the 10, and if it holds, then you lead the 7. But then you've got your extra tricks that you need.
Yep.
Okay.
Gives you, yeah, gives you four diamond tricks.
Right. But if you tried the club finesse instead, the club finesse loses and they switch to a spade and you go down. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is using our positional stopper, and because on this hand we can finesse in clubs or diamonds, we choose to finesse in the suit that if it loses into the safe hand, so that we maintain control. And if you do that, there's pretty much 100% guaranteed you're going to make your contract. It doesn't matter what the defenders do, how expert world-class defenders they are, there's just nothing they can do.
So in this case, yeah, that West is going to bet a spade. They're going to lead a spade. So we pretty much know. But what if, what if they lead some?
No, I'm not going to say, no, what if? We're looking at this hand. They led the jack of spades. Okay.
Right.
And that would be their normal lead. Now let's look at the board 2A that's on the right. That should be board 2B.
Mm-hmm.
Now they led the jack of spades. And we put the queen on. And East won the ace.
Then your king's a stopper.
Our king is a stopper.
Mm-hmm.
So we play low, and then they play a second spade at trick 2. Should we win our king now, or should we hold up?
We haven't had a chance to finesse yet, right?
No, this is
Oh, then we can't play it. You gotta have a stopper.
okay. So what are we going to do at trick 2? They won the ace of spades, and now they led their 6 of spades. What do we play?
Go back to north with a heart.
No,
Well,
we
we're not in the
we don't
lead.
have the lead yet, Nancy.
Huh?
We don't
What?
have the lead yet. The defenders just won trick 1 with the ace of spades.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, well, then if they won it, we still have, okay.
That's
So
what I'm
then-
saying. This is our hand here. Let me see.
Yeah,
So they won the first trick with the ace of spades. And they led a spade at trick 2. Now, should we take our king now, or should we play low?
we should take it because we have to do the finesse. Because the next trick, well, wait a minute, no, the ace is gone, right?
Yeah.
So we could wait one more, I guess.
We could wait one more. And that then West is going to win a spade and they're going to lead a third spade and our king of spades is going to be knocked out now.
Yeah, so we don't want to do
We do want to do that.
that. I think we have to. We don't want to do it, but we're gonna have to.
Okay, they make us take our king of spades. So now it's time to do our finesse. Should we do the club finesse or the diamond finesse?
Well, the danger hand is on the right.
It's not because they're out of spades.
Well, no, wait a minute. They still have one.
No, they took the ace and then they played low and we ducked it and they played a third round and we won our king.
Oh, okay. So then they're gone.
So
So
who
then-
is the danger hand now?
Is West.
West. We don't want West to get the lead because we don't have a stopper anymore and they have spade line.
Mm-hmm.
So which
we have to-
finesse should we do? Clubs or diamonds?
So then we finesse the clubs.
Right, we finesse the clubs because if it loses into East, which is the safe hand.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know he has the king?
How do we know who has the king?
Because we have it.
You mean the
East.
king of clubs?
Yeah.
So Nancy, we don't know who has the king, but we know if the finesse loses, East has the king.
Okay.
If the finesse wins, they never get the lead again because we take all our tricks. But we're saying, well, what happens if our finesse loses? If it loses, it has to lose to East. In the same way, if we try the diamond finesse, if the diamond finesse loses, it has to lose to West.
Yeah, in this case, if West has the king of clubs,
They got two more spade tricks.
They don't because we're finesse. If West has the king of clubs, they don't ever get any clubs. We take 6 club tricks and West never gets in.
wait a minute, if they have the king, okay, so if we lead the 6 to the queen of clubs, and they've
Okay.
got the king. West
What's
has the-
that?
And West has the king,
Okay.
they're
The
in.
queen is going to win.
No, they have, if West has the king,
Right. Then that's a successful finesse.
so they've got the king, and now they lead the other club, 2 clubs, spades, I mean.
But
No.
they don't.
They're out of
If West has the king of clubs, and we start with the low club, are they going to play their king right away?
Probably
If they
not.
do, we're going to take it with the ace.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
how finesse works, right?
oh, God, yes, okay, all right,
So if the king is over here, the finesse works, and they don't take any clubs, and West never gets the lead.
yes, yeah,
But if
okay,
the king is over here, the finesse loses. But if they're out of spades by now, there's nothing they can do to hurt us.
yes, that's right,
So that's why they're on this deal, East is the safe hand. And so we want to do the club finesse, which if the club finesse loses, it loses to the East hand, which is the safe.
okay.
Now, if we're going to finesse in clubs, which club should we lead?
The jack.
The jack. Because if it works, we want to repeat the finesse.
Mm-hmm.
By leading the jack, we can play low from dummy. And if the finesse wins, now we can continue with the 6 of clubs. So again, 2 hands that are very similar, identical cards for north-south, but we play them completely differently depending on who has the ace of spades.
Yeah,
Whether our queen of spades wins trick 1 or not. If the queen of spades wins the first trick, we know the ace is still out. And our king 8 is a positional stopper. And so West becomes the safe hand and East is the danger hand. If we play our queen of spades at trick 1 and East wins with the ace, now we have the king of spades as a stopper, but once it's driven out, West becomes the danger hand. So we do the hold-up play and finesse into East instead. East becomes the safe hand. Okay. Kind of a tricky concept.
Mm-hmm. Very.
But I will tell you, this comes up a lot in declare play.
yep,
And,
I
and
think.
if you don't have the terms for it, you'll never gain mental command of the situation. And so what are the terms that we're talking about today?
The hold up, play, and the positional stopper.
That's right. Hold up, play, and positional stopper, and safe hand and danger hand.
I'll remember that until tonight.
That's right.
I need to take another cognitive pill.
So we are going to go through these same hands again next week on next Tuesday, because it's going to be the lesson for Stoner's Creek next week, and I did not teach there today because I got a cold. And so I'm going to repeat this lesson. I'm going to make corrections in these handouts here so that I have actually have a board 2B.
I have a question on the
Yeah.
last week on the three support for
Three-card
the
support
bidder.
for partners major. Yeah.
Yeah. What is an intervening bid? Throw that,
An intervening bid throws that off. That's correct.
okay.
You
That
can no
seems-
longer show that exactly. But what
It seems-
happens, there is some things you can do with an intervening bid. With a weakish hand, if it goes one spade, two clubs by the opponents, let's say, and we have 4 spades, we might jump to 3 spades. After interference, the jump is weak, showing a 4-card support. It's like a law of total tricks type of bid.
How
Where-
many points? Still 6 to 12?
6 or 7 or 8 points, something like
Oh.
that, 6 to 10. But then with the same points, with only 3-card support, we would bid 2 spades. So when there's interference and we make a weakish bid, 2 spades and 3 spades is distinguished between 3-card support and 4-card support.
Okay. There's always an intervening bid. It just seems like
I agree.
Rare.
I agree. That comes,
rare is there, so I don't know. It just seems like we're not able to apply what we're trying to learn here. But anyhow,
that's especially if Linnea is your opponent, because she always overbids her.
well, I did a lot too. And then my husband's screaming at me.
I'm a very optimistic person.
I like, who is it? Andrew says, I take every opportunity to bid. So
Yep.
if I have 12 points, I always bid, even though it's probably the wrong thing to do. But
I don't
Okay.
think so.
All right. Well, that's all we have for today.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Thanks,
Sure thing.
Rick.
See you all.
That was fun.
Bye-bye.